visiting someone's home in Japan.
訪問
So when you do visit someone's house in Japan, it'll be very different from what you're used to. So should be a very interesting experience. And usually your host, they're going to use quite a lot of polite Japanese. So these are expressions you'll hear as a guest. So this is the first thing you'll hear at the door,
ようこそいらっしゃいました。
which is something we've looked at before, meaning welcome. And then when you're actually entering the house, the host will say,
どうぞお上がりください。
please come in. I guess agaru is to come up.
You actually go up.
Step up.
Step up.
So you actually step up,
After take off your shoes.
taking off your shoes. Yes, we forgot to say you must take off your shoes. And then once you're in the house,
こちらにお座りください。
so please sit here. Kochira. Here. Osawari kudasai. Osawari from the verb sawaru, to sit down. Please sit down. We'll look at the phrases you need to say in the second part of the lesson. But when you are a guest, most likely they'll offer you tea. So they probably won't ask what you want. You'll probably be served green tea. Is that right, Kaoru?
そうですね。
Maybe with some...
まあ depends.
depends. And you might get something to eat too. Some traditional... well, not traditional, but some Japanese cakes or something.
まんじゅうとか。
Manju. Red bean. Paste cake. So this is what they say when they tell you that they're going to give you tea.
お茶をお持ちしますね。
Ocha, meaning tea. And we know this verb, omochi shimasu. I will bring you some tea. Now, this is a compliment or a thank you if you're giving gifts.
Yes.
So let's say you're giving a souvenir from a country or a gift. Your host would say,
ご丁寧にありがとうございます。
arigato gozaimasu is thank you. Go teinei ni kaoru. Teinei means politely, yes?
Yes.
But in this context, is it more just thank you very much?
そうですね。
So I'm thanking you politely. It kind of looks like. So yes, thank you very much. Thank you so much. Then once you've been served tea and something to eat, your host will say,
どうぞお召し上がりください。
so please help yourself. Please eat and drink. Meshigaru, to eat or drink. An alternative to どうぞお召し上がりください could be this.
遠慮なくどうぞ。
This means please don't hesitate.
遠慮。
Means hesitate, doesn't it, Kaoru?
Yes.
So with naku, it means don't hesitate. And then どうぞ, please don't hesitate. So you have to understand in Japan, if you are sort of visiting other Japanese and there is food served, people wait, or guests will wait. and they might feel a little bit uncomfortable taking something before hearing either of these expressions. So the situation is not as casual as it would be in your home country. So, and you also have to keep in mind, Japanese generally don't have guests as often as Westerners do. So it's far more, it's still an informal situation, but it's not as casual as having visitors in your home country. So these are expressions Japanese sort of need to say or just say to make everyone relax.
And not always, of course. If you go to friend's house,
a really good friend's house then, yes.
You can be more casual.
Let's move on to the next one. There's a good chance if you do visit a friend's house in Japan that the family room is a tatami room. So you'll be sitting on the floor. So you may have to sit on your knees. You'll be probably in a kneeling position called seiza. Or you might try and sit cross-legged. So your host might say this.
足をお崩しになってください.
Sounds really confusing. Ashi meaning leg, or kuzushi. Kuzusu, if you look in a dictionary, will mean destroy. So, certainly not asking you to destroy your legs. It's more saying collapse your legs, meaning you can stretch your legs out or sit down in a more comfortable position. So, kuzushi ni natte. So, put your legs in a more comfortable position. And you may also hear this.
お楽になさってください.
Please make yourself comfortable. Raku means comfort. So, ni nasatte kudasai. Make yourself comfortable. And then when you're leaving, your host will say,
またお越しください.
meaning come again. Kosu, come again, or return.
I think these days this visiting is not as formal as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
You can more relax.
You can relax more.
Yeah. So don't worry too much about manner. If we start thinking about manner,
You get a bit nervous. So it's very hard to understand this concept that when Japanese socialize, they're probably a bit more aware of what they're saying and doing than Westerners are. So maybe for Westerners, meeting friends and meeting people's not such a big issue with manners. You don't have to worry about what you say. You don't have to worry about what you do. But in Japan, if you're visiting someone's home, it is a bit of a deal if you don't know each other very well. And so you have to kind of be aware of what you're doing and saying. And so you have to, if you're the host, I guess, and you want to be polite, you have to say all this polite language. And if you're the guest, you not only have to use polite language, but you sort of have to refrain. So you wait to be told until you can eat something, and you sort of, I guess it puts not a lot of pressure, but it's just something Japanese do. So for Japanese who come to Western countries, they sometimes find it very hard to relax. around foreigners when they're at homes and stuff, because it's sort of
Free.
too free, too comfortable. So we'll move on to the second part of the lesson.